Today I wanted to talk about protecting our energy. And our energy is such a powerful thing. I think people don't really realize it. Like, energy can be felt through the music you listen to, through the media you consume, to the people you have around you. Every situation you put yourself in, there's a certain amount of energy that's required to deal with it. This is why, people who say that they're introverts, this is why when they go around a lot of people, they can sit down, not say a word to anybody, and still feel like their energy is being drained. It's because energy is being used whether they realize it or not. Look, to tell the truth about it, we as people are always absorbing what's around us. And this is why it's important to take note and check off the things that we keep around. And sometimes it's not about what we consume, it's also about what's in our environment. So let's talk about some of the things you want to avoid taking in. When we have toxic, unproductive people around us, it starts to wear on us and we don't really realize it. We start questioning ourselves like, why am I not accomplishing what I need to get done, or why am I not being as productive as I could be? And sometimes it's just about who you put around you. Another thing is that so many of us will talk too much. We share too much information with others who don't need to know the information. You see it a lot online nowadays where people will come online. Understandably, we're all humans, we all live different lives. There's all types of ups and downs in general, but like people go on there and share the most ridiculous, like downtrodden stories. It's almost like, personally, I wouldn't share that with nobody. Like, why would you tell somebody these things? And why would you come online in a public forum where it can never really be erased? Once you post it, it's there forever. And when you allow so many people who have no business to be in your business, that creates negative energy for yourself. I think it's best to keep everybody on a need-to-know basis. Everybody does not need to know everything about you. It's not just the information that you put out, it's the information that other people put out there. You don't want to constantly be taking in negative information, toxic news, things that are unmotivating, things that are completely bad advice that people will give. You don't want to be taking those things in because sometimes you hear something so often that it starts to become a good idea, even though it's a terrible idea. And a lot of the times when toxic people present these things to you, they present it as, hey, it'll make you happy or it'll make you feel better. And I talk about this in my emotionally driven decisions video. A lot of times people will allow negative information to infiltrate their thought process and they end up making bad decisions simply because they allowed somebody else to put that into them. But yeah, those are just a few things in terms of what to not take in. But let's talk about what you don't want to be around. So once again, we're going to talk about other people. Like, you don't want to be around dusty, dirty, underhanded people who, it's crazy. There are some people who do everybody wrong. They'll steal, they'll lie, they'll manipulate, they'll gaslight, they'll sneak around other people's backs, but you think they won't do it to you too for some reason. Do you think it's a good idea to have those people around you? But moving forward, it's best to keep things that don't improve you away from you. You don't want to be around people or environments that don't empower you to be the best version of yourself, or at least inspire or motivate you to do better, especially if you're not doing too well currently. You also want to stay around argumentative and toxic people. As I said before, these people will infiltrate your life and they will make it seem like you're the problem for being stable and peace-minded and things like that. They'll make you feel like you're the problem. They essentially try to sap the energy from you. You also want to stay away from jealous, bad-minded people who, when they see you do really well for yourself, they are always trying to drag you back down to their level. And if they're not actively trying to drag you down to their level, they become more indifferent. They become passive aggressive towards you. You might tell them, hey, I just bought a new house or I just got a new apartment, and they're not happy for you. They're like, oh, that's cool or whatever. And they try to just brush it off. People like that are not good to have around. I also want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into this too, because there are some people who only open their mouths when they have something negative to say. And I'm not even just talking about like gossiping, or I'm talking about those people who will like hear some ideas that you have, and instead of like asking questions to try to inquire more and try to learn more about your thought process. They just shoot everything down and say, oh, that's stupid, that's not gonna work, this, that, or the third. You know, that's just bad energy to have around. You really don't want to keep people like that in your midst, because they can ruin things for you indirectly. You know, as I always say, we want to protect ourselves from people who are constantly in bad situations, always trying to drag us down with them, always bringing toxicity into our lives. Those are people we just don't want to have around. You know, don't allow those people to influence you. Try to keep your head on straight. Try to protect your energy as much as possible. Don't give energy to things, people, places that will bring you down, essentially. The most important thing to spend your energy on is to improve your situation, improve your mindset, and using that effort to become the best version of yourself. And that's what it's all about. But that's all for me today. That's all I got. If you enjoyed this video and hearing more from me, be sure to hit that like button below, drop a comment, sharing your thoughts on the topic at hand. Follow me on my socials at leanbuff, and subscribe for more.